Hey fam, um, just let you know it's a late day, and this is the third attack of today. And guess who's here? Let's go ahead and pan. Boom. Um, I'm experiencing definitely very violent attacking from our friendly police officers. That's one of the things that happens on a regular basis. I mean, it used to happen on a regular basis that the cops um, decide to bring out their negativity spirits and attack. They're here. This leaves no doubt in my mind that they have been infected with something personally. One thing I do know is that, for example, military, they will conduct experiments on the military. And that means anything from hitting them with magnetic waves to cause cancer and other diseases, thyroid disease. You can look up your own studies that explain that show that countless people have been subjected to such experimentation, where they're, for example, working in a military building, and like almost everyone there comes down with a specific type of cancer, and then they change out the staff, and the same thing happens. The same thing goes for police officers, where they hit them with electromagnetic waves, and they know how to stimulate different parts of the brain that basically cause aggression, anger, rage, and then these police officers go home and beat their wives and beat people. So this is another symptom of the society that we live in, the beast system, where they literally are taking advantage of anyone and everyone. And a lot of these people who go into these professions are chosen or are part of specific families. In fact, my ex-brother-in-law was a police officer, and I personally witnessed him counseling people on the road, telling them, trying to give them moral advice and all this other stuff. And it's really kind of funny because, that's not the officer's job. Their job is to enforce the law and to follow it. But from my experience, that's like the last thing that they actually do. They're actually Gestapo. They're enforcers for the powerful and the elite, who have specific agendas. And for example, instead of arresting, let's say, Hillary Clinton, if you've ever looked her up in her past, she has a long laundry list of people that have died and who've been killed, who oppose her in any way, as well as lies and deceit, and she's connected through bloodlines and other families, and she probably is a host for negativity, all that sort of stuff. There should be an entire squadron, a whole department of police officers just waiting for her at her house to arrest her and put her ass in jail. But no, what they're doing is here harassing the homeless, and in fact attacking me. That's one of the things that they do, because they need to uphold this beast system. It's a system of control, and either you're in it, either you decide to subject yourself to the control, which means chipping, mind control, experimentation, possibly killing you and cloning you, and more and more and more. Or if you're outside of the system, then like me, you're going to be homeless or somewhere away from the prying eyes of the surveillance state, and under constant attack. And that's basically what I'm under. As you can, they've kind of stopped attacking again, after I've decided to record them. That's my plan. Anytime they start going off and acting crazy, which they were doing a couple of seconds ago, I'm going to record them and talk about it. because the only way to get past the beast is to expose it. Expose its little armpits, its nasty teeth and feet, its smelly, disgusting behavior. We got to expose it. We've got to show who's doing it and why. And the best thing to do, because of YouTube and your cell phone, which they've given us, is to do it in real time. If it's possible, I would carry a camera on me all the time, and just that didn't suck up a lot of memory, and just expose basically the injustices of this world. When you have police officers coming up and harassing you on the spiritual level, it really is a sad state of events. These poor homeless people probably don't have anywhere to go. Some of them might have mental problems, outsiders in the state of control. But I just wanted to show at this particular point, because I was coming under repeated attack. And there was a guy actually here a little while ago, like 30 minutes ago or so, came right up to me. He was in a blue shirt and a blue cutoff short sleeve shirt and a cap, and he had some type of symbolism on his arms. He had like this half moon and all sort of stuff, no doubt some type of agent. And I left. I went to go get food and came back, and he was attacking as well. And now the police are here attacking, and to me it's the same old. This is one of the things, and they try to put fear into you so that you don't say or do anything, because they have their guns. They have their guns, and they can arrest you and put you in jail, and check you for warrants and whatever else means that they can use to control. And don't ever talk back. Just sit back and be complacent and accept our tyranny. And I don't know what they put them. I don't know what they put into them. I know a lot of them are part of the Masonic Brotherhood, so they might be possessed with negative entities. They might be portals. I know that I've on the spiritual plane have seen my fair share of what it is that might be inside of them, and it don't look pretty, and it don't act pretty, and it definitely wants to kill humans. It wants to disrupt and kill humans and put us into this box of slavery and control and turn us into robots. And this is one of the means that they do it, and I'm just gonna record them. The attacks have stopped, by the way. As soon as I pull out the camera, the attacks stop. And so exposure is what they fear the most, I believe. It's a sad, sad world that this is even going on. And, they're fully compliant and know what they're doing. I've actually had plenty of experience where they will purposefully arrest you and put you in a room and just attack nonstop. And that's what happened in jail. So I know that there's, plenty of black people who, may not understand or know what's going on, and they're arrested and they go to jail and they get possessed. They get taken over. And that's they couple it with mind control and with dark negative entities. And so, and they break you down. And so if you're not spiritually strong, you can go under their influence. And luckily, the greatest one is here watching, helping, and equally participating in this chaos. And without the love of the greatest one, we would be lost. And so just wanted to show the truth, show what's really going on in this world. When they're, for example, when I made the example of in New York, when someone blew off their foot and they start, searching everybody. This is what I meant by it might be something else as well, something that's happening on a spiritual level, because they have these negative entities inside of them, these jinn and their children, who have the capability of interacting with people on the spiritual plane. And so they might be seeding them, they might be taking spiritual energy away from them, they might be cataloging them for anyone who might be rebelling. It's a whole host of different things, and some people may believe that that's not possible. All I can say is that just you got to live it. You have to experience it to understand. And I'm not saying you want to. It's not something that you willingly will want to do. It's something that you're kind of forced into, and they operate in secret. And they set up these campaigns, these false flags, and these lying schemes just so that they can interact with the public. Because the next step is just busting your door down. Okay? And I'm pretty sure they have no compunction against it. They've militarized their police. I know specifically that they have Israeli military forces that come and train the police officers in their ways. And as anyone knows, they have that Palestinian state in complete lockdown and terror and fear. And they train them in destroying and putting fear into people. And this is I'm sure an agenda that has come down from the Vatican, down from the royals, and in the Zionist state, and in America. And that all sifts through the cabal, Masonic houses, Illuminatis, and all the other brotherhoods and sisterhoods that they've got going on. So it's really just this complicated chessboard of insanity. Oh, they're peacing out. It's just really this complicated chessboard of insanity where they really have been trained and to hurt people and to destroy their lives, from the smallest, from losing your job to taxing you, to policing you, to stealing money from you, stealing your life, stealing your family, stealing your property, in all aspects of this fractured society. They are interactive and destroying you. If you were on their shit list, and you don't even have to be on their shit list, you can just be a victim, someone who they need to get to, or you just might be in the crosshairs, and they have their plan to destroy anyone who is not commensurate with their ideologies. And their agents are everywhere, and it's very convenient that they have police officers who patrol neighborhoods. It's genius. It's very smart. There's very few government buildings or very few places you can go where there's not a police presence. One of the things I find interesting is that because I go to Huntington Beach, the police presence is not that it's not that strong. So, if you go into some of those neighborhoods, those really high-end neighborhoods, and when I had my car, I definitely used to sleep in them. In my car in those neighborhoods, and you would barely ever see a police officer. Go to LA, you go to the black neighborhood, you're going to see them all the time, every time. And this is the same for any type of inner city where there's a minority population. So there is a war. A lot of people don't get that whole fact. There is an actual war that someone came up with a plan to destroy you. And they may hide in secret, but their actions speak louder than words, and it's very open, and it's very hard to ignore what they're really doing once you've seen it for yourself, and once you understand what the real plan is. And that goes to why they follow me and arrest me if they even see me breathing or sneezing too hard against their law. Okay, they will arrest you, and they will track you and do whatever it takes. And so the attacks have stopped. They pieced out. And so this is what we're up against. We're up against men with guns, with negative demon entities inside of them, running up to you in their cars, attacking you, and doing whatever else they can. Peace out, fam.